right, everybody, welcome. I have Mr. Jason Rubenstein here. Thank you very much for joining me.
Pleasure.
Episode 25. I'm like a quarter of a century old or whatever right now on this podcast.
Happy to be here. Thank you for including me.
Hey, thanks for coming. So, Jason, top 10, where'd you land this past 2025 or stat-wise? 2024, I guess, last year.
2024, I don't remember, 7, 4, something like that.
All right. Between 4 and number 7,
4 and
individual
7.
agent. All right.
Yeah.
So Jason's been kicking butt for me for years. And to go back, I guess, how long have you been with the brokerage?
About 9 years.
9 years, almost 10 years. So Jason came to me. I remember we met in our Federal Hill office. You were working on boats, I think, prior to like the big military ships.
It was the cable laying ships in the Port of Baltimore.
Okay, cable laying ships in the Port of Baltimore. That will take too long to even explain how you got into that industry.
We won't go there.
But you were tired of that.
Somebody can write me or call me.
Yes.
I wasn't tired of that. Let me make it clear. It wasn't my passion.
It wasn't your passion.
And
you were real estate, had a couple rental properties going,
Correct.
really involved.
Yep.
So Jason came to me. I was at a point where I had sort of wasn't taking on brand new agents. That was kind of always been a thing for me, but I was always sort of dabbling on depending on the person, but I was trying to really create a hard line. I think you initially reached out to me via email and I turned you down, I think, right?
Story of my life, Dave. Story of my life.
I'm sorry. I'm
okay.
sorry, man.
It's
I'm
okay.
sorry. I love
I'll
you,
get
bro.
over it. It's only been 9 years.
I love you. You reached out again and said, please meet with me. Meet with me. I really think that this would be a good fit. I really like everything you have to offer. You did a great sucking up job on that email.
Yep.
And there's one thing that I don't think anybody can resist is somebody being nice and positive and appreciative. It's hard to say no.
Yeah.
So you killed me with kindness. I said, fine. And then we met in Federal Hill, and I was like, okay, yep, this guy is sharp. He's focused. He's, intelligent. He's even though he's brand new, he's already like leaps and bounds, I feel like, ahead. You had like studied the contract. You'd done like a bunch of different stuff that I was impressed with. So I was like, okay.
Yeah, I did everything but have my license and actually do the transactions myself.
Yeah.
So I was already very versed in the.
So I feel like the first year, were you the rookie of the year that year too?
I was the rookie of the year the first year.
You got rookie of the year.
Yep. And then you top 10 consistently ever since then. And then about how many like sales volume and units have you been doing the last few years? 40 a year.
40 units a year.
About 40 a year.
And that ends up to being how much in your like price ranges, I guess?
15 to 20 million.
15 to 20 million. That's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been going on for literally 9 years.
Thank God. And I hope it continues.
Yeah. And then I also have a business relationship with your wife, who I feel, she is one of the smartest just people I know, not even putting the male-female category on that. I've used her for some legal things, and she can script an email that will just scare anybody into a corner if need be. If someone's trying to give me a hard time or one of our agents a hard time, she is very thorough and digging in the details, and it's helped me out on various different cases. And I, have very much a great appreciation.
Thank you. She's wonderful. She's definitely a rock star.
For not only you, but yes, for Laura.
She's
so
great. Thank you.
Laura's great. And then 2 kids now, right? So we got one at Boys Latin and one at Beth-the-Phila.
One at Beth-the-Phila, one at Boys Latin. The seniors at Beth-the-Phila, the 10th graders at Boys Latin, and they're great.
Yeah, so the last 10 years you've been muscling through with young kids, even they're starting to get out of the grind and they're about to leave the nest or whatever, but doing this. So 40 units a year, 15 to 20 million in our top 10, solo agent, work from home. Do your thing. So I guess tell me how what you do, what have you done over these last 8-9 years to get this to this level that it's you're able to stay this consistent too? Because I feel like people ride that wave a lot, and I think everybody wants to get out of that wave and would love to figure out a way to be okay, I did X this year, and now I just hope I can do it again, and then or you start to plan your life and your bills based on doing this amount of business, and then things drop off. So how have you been able, I guess? What have you been doing?
So I can't predict the future. I don't do a lot of marketing. I do a lot of showing up.
Yeah.
And what I mean by showing up is just getting out there, working your sphere of influence, working your contacts.
So you're not buying online leads?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. I to be honest with you, I always believe in a transaction, there should be 1 or 2 degrees of separation. And what I mean by that is I always want to know somebody that referred me or know of somebody that referred me to the client. And it always goes better when you have that. I learned that early on in my business, is that having that 1 or 2 degrees of separation is really important to make a connection. When you don't, it's hard to make a direct connection with the person. And sometimes the transaction doesn't go as well. So I really have had a lot of luck building my network and having 1 or 2 degrees of separation. And I can't predict next year. I hope it continues. I hope I'm number one next year.
Yeah.
Well, number one is hard to get to with you because she's pretty good. But I hope I'm up
Son,
there.
you're saying?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, like,
Son of
yeah,
there's a lot of strong agents at the top there for
yeah.
sure.
But
Yeah.
I'm happy and I'm honored to be there, and I hope I'm continue to be there
Yeah.
next year. I say it and I truly mean it. I think I have the greatest job in the world.
Right. I remember a while ago we talked, and I was like, so what did your day to day look like? And you're like, I do a lot of lunches. Is
Yep.
that still going on?
That's still going
All
on.
right,
A lot of
explain
lunches.
the lunches to me.
The lunches are just once again being seen and getting out there and just calling up somebody and like, let's have lunch.
Right.
Let's just talk.
You're
Even
doing
if it's
past
not
clients, friends, other business people. I mean,
anybody.
how are you reaching? Are you calling people
Anybody.
saying like,
Yeah.
"Hey, can I get on your schedule to
Call
do
people.
lunch? Are you paying for lunch?"
Reach out. Always pay for lunch.
All right, good. Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I always feel like if you're
It's an
invited,
expense, Dave. You always pay for lunch. All right, come on, man.
yeah, yeah,
You expense lunch.
yeah,
Yeah, and breakfast too. Like
yeah,
whatever, or just a cup of coffee. I had a coffee meeting this week with somebody that I reached out to through a connection. I don't think he's looking to buy or sell anything. He's actually has listed with another agent who hasn't sold it for 6 months. He'll call me if he needs me. He knows where to find me.
yeah,
But just getting together with people and keeping your name top of mind is really important.
yeah, yeah. I remember you saying you're like, I try to schedule like 3 or 4 lunches a week almost
Always.
with different people. Always,
Always.
still doing that.
Always.
This is like years ago.
Always.
All right, so lunches, breakfasts, just
Consistent.
chit chatting, making that connection, and then obviously,
Consistent. And by the way, I mean, look, some of it's personality. I can go to a breakfast place and sit there and have coffee myself and start talking to somebody
yeah,
and end up handing them my card. I don't know. Maybe they'll call me one day.
yeah.
So some of it's, I would say a lot of it is also personality.
Yeah.
You have to just.
So you can go into a room and just sort of just start making small talk with people. Hey, how's it going? Blah blah blah.
Anytime.
I think
anywhere.
it's an important thing. I was actually thinking about that like a couple weeks ago because yeah, again, like you start to go to places where you get comfortable. Whether it's you go to Corner Pantry, I remember, or Stone Mill Bakery, different places where you get to know the staff and you feel a little bit more comfortable there. So you feel a little bit more comfortable to chit chatting with people because you kind of know who's who around there, or you've seen people there before. So introduce yourself.
Yeah.
I feel like that is you.
It's funny.
You'll just start introducing yourself when you've seen somebody at the coffee shop for the second time.
Absolutely.
You'll be like, "Hey, by
Hi.
the way, I've seen you here before. I'm Jason
Yeah.
Rubenstein."
Yeah,
Did that happen?
Yeah, it
I
totally
can totally
happened.
happened.
Stein, but that's okay.
Yeah. Excuse
We won't
me.
go over
Yes.
that again.
Yes.
Yeah, a few weeks ago, a guy came into Corner Pantry who I was talking to, and he said, I'll see you tonight at your house for a meeting." And I was like, I don't know who you are. I do have a meeting at my house tonight for the homeowners association that I'm active in.
Sure.
And then I put it together. I'm like, oh my goodness, I've talked to you on the phone, and I never put together
Nate.
who it was.
Yeah.
And now, like, we had coffee yesterday together.
That's cool.
So just stuff like that.
Yeah.
You were talking about like me and my personality. People say to me that know me well that I have the best job for me.
Yeah.
Meaning like you have the greatest job for what you do and dealing with people. That's what you're so good at doing.
Yeah.
And it's true.
So are you program wise and organizing your database and trying to figure this all out? Or
No.
are you working through a CRM? Are you working through a spreadsheet?
No.
Working through your phone?
No.
No, yes. That's just
No.
always so mind boggling to me. I got
Don't
Mark
think for a
Risha,
s- no.
spreadsheet.
No, don't think for a
Marie
second.
Schneider,
No.
spreadsheet.
No, don't think
No.
for a second that I'm not organized. No.
I mean,
No, I can do a really good transaction. No, it's up here, and I know who I want to meet with and who I haven't met with.
yeah. Are you a list writer?
No,
No, all in your head.
all in my head.
Okay. What about transactions? How are you managing transactions? All on your own?
Yes.
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 Do any outside services for help for anything?
No, part of my marketing is that you get me from beginning to end,
Yeah.
and that when I'm doing 40 a year, it's 3, 4, 5 at a time, maybe.
Sure.
I want to give world-class customer service to my clients.
Yeah.
I really want to go above and beyond for my clients, and you get Jason to do that transaction for you, and
Yeah.
they really appreciate that and they like that, and I can manage my time to do those transactions at a very high level of customer service
Yeah.
and a very high level of integrity, and it's been successful.
So you're not worried about like bringing on a showing assistant or a buyer's agent or anything that like you're happy with handling it like soup to nuts, beginning to end.
I think it's.
You think that's the best
I
structure?
think that's for me.
Yes.
That's the best structure for me.
Me-
I don't
yeah.
want to sell 300 houses a year. I have a pretty high price point on my houses. I have a high clientele,
Yeah.
a high level of clientele,
Yeah.
and that's for me. It works for people. Mark Risha's good at doing the list and following up, and he's probably getting more business than I'm getting. it's what Jason enjoys
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah.
That's all.
I've been through that same thing. It's like, okay, like, and there's other brokerages that have thousands of agents, and I'm like, yeah, but like if I had thousands of agents, it wouldn't be what I want.
You have to have a
It
level.
may have, be more financial success, but it may not be like more happiness.
Yeah, I
because
think
I like knowing all my people. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
think it's really important to define the word agent, and I
Mhm.
don't think we do that enough in our business. And we don't talk about what an agent is. To become an agent and to get your license, the barrier to entry is pretty low.
Yeah.
You go online, you go take a test, you do that. To be a good agent, to be an agent with integrity, honesty, and know how to do a transaction
Right.
is pretty high.
Yeah.
And we in our industry see bad agents every single day.
Yeah.
When you call an agent and their voicemail is filled up, I can tell you right now that's going to be a bad transaction.
Yeah.
Right there from the beginning, I'm telling you now it's a bad transaction.
Yeah.
And I, in fact, have probably led my clients to another house if there was like two and they liked them both. And they're like, whatever, we don't care or whatever. I've probably said to a client once or twice in my life, I'm telling you now that agent is not a quote agent. That's a part-time person of a cousin of a cousin of a cousin
Yeah.
that does this to make a couple extra bucks. But that's going to be a really difficult transaction for you. I don't mind a difficult transaction. That's my job. It's a partnership, is what I call it. And it
Yeah.
has to be a partnership on both sides.
Yeah.
It's really important.
Yeah, yeah. Have you gotten into to AI? AI helping you? You got any action on that world, or just still focused on what you're doing?
Thank God for AI for my listing
Okay.
write-ups.
Yeah.
Because I was using an outside source for that. You had a
Okay.
couple agents that would help me out every once in a while.
Yep.
You pay them 20, 25 bucks
Yep.
to write it.
Yeah.
AI does a great job
Yeah.
at it. And then I just
One of the
do it
agents
and
said that
change it out.
he rewrote his remarks and he got like 3 showings
Yeah.
because he was like, my remarks were just not good. So I finally, started using
Not my strong
ChatGPT.
subject for sure.
Yeah.
I am using AI to get myself like a good starter, and then I adjust it or add in words or keywords,
Yeah.
or I'll send it to the client and be like, "Hey, what do you think?" And they'll be like, "You forgot that there's extra storage on the level of the condo." Okay, I'll just add that in.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yes, that's what I'm using AI.
Yeah. I mean, buyers, sellers, investors. I mean, where do you like? Do you try to focus on one more than the other, or just focus on what people need?
I focus on what I'm good at.
Okay.
That's the answer to your question. If
Yeah.
I'm not good at it, I'm
I feel
not.
like you're more listing heavy.
Both sides,
Okay.
listening by. I don't do a ton of investors. They're
Okay.
really hard to find properties.
Sure.
It's really hard to find good properties.
Yeah.
It's really hard to find properties to add value for my investor. So I really just don't do a lot of it.
Right.
Every
If
once
like
in
the
a while.
market flipped and there was good deals and you had investors, you would help them. But right now,
Yeah, of course.
you're not feeling like you could find the right deals for them.
No, especially in the area that I
It's a lot of work to
primarily.
find good deals.
Yeah,
People think they're just out there. They're not just out there.
they're not
It's like-
out there because somebody already said no to it. If it's such a good deal,
Yeah.
someone has already probably said no, unless you get like that exclusive.
Yeah.
It's very difficult. So buy side, sell side.
Yeah.
Not a ton of investors right now.
Not a ton of investors. Okay.
Nope.
And what are you any plans for 2026 and changes that you made?
Be top 10 again.
Be top 10 again. I like that. So just have that goal of staying in the position that you're in. Yeah.
It's a good place to be.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, any other thoughts on like the industry and what agents are doing? Where we're headed with all the various things that are always happening.
Don't let fear get to you.
Yeah,
People are putting fear out there on purpose.
yeah. There's a
Don't
lot of
let
these
it get to you.
influencers on social media now where it's like, everyone's going to be out of business or Zillow's taking over. Now it's like Google's going to buy Zillow and
Yeah.
this is going to
Yeah.
change and that's going to
So
change.
what?
I know.
It's
Yeah.
it's still a emotional, complex transaction,
Yeah.
and you are not going to take emotion out of most people's largest single investment is their home.
Yeah.
Whatever, we can talk about that another time. Like if it really is most people, for most
Sure.
people, it is their largest single investment.
Absolutely.
That is emotional, and especially when you take age and downsizing into it,
Yeah.
that's emotion. AI is not going to be able to replace emotion and hand holding. Yes,
Yeah.
I do think it's going to be able to do some stuff, and I do believe that the transaction might even get easier at some point. I think the paperwork is ridiculous. 60 pages for a transaction
Yeah.
it's out of control.
Yeah.
You talk about clients, they can't read it all and understand it all.
Yeah.
It's very, very taxing.
Yeah, the education piece. I mean, are you going through contracts when they're received with sellers,
If I have to, I'm
paragraph by
happy to. I'm
paragraph?
happy to go over whatever,
Yeah.
I always write in my DocuSign when I send it out, please contact me with any questions before signing.
Yeah.
And that's really to say to them, like, look, if you don't understand something, ask me. Let's talk about it. Let's explain it together.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
Yeah. There's a large education piece that's all that, like, yeah, the portals and all these other things can't do.
Yeah.
So
So I just don't see AI taking emotion out of it. And a lot of my job, our job, is to handle emotions.
yeah,
That's what we deal with a lot of is
yeah,
emotions.
oh, yeah.
It's an emotional business. It's an emotional transaction. And the more customer service and the more advice and the more hand holding and the more honesty you can give to your client, it makes for a smoother
Yeah,
transaction.
I
For
feel like you're a
sure.
kind of guy that's like not scared to have like the hard conversations and tell people how it is in terms of
Look, you
pricing and just like how this is going to go. Like you receive this crazy pin request seller, and this is I've seen this before. This is how it's going to go. But at the end of the day, like you know, you got some significant issues here. You're going to be needing to fork out 10 grand or whatever.
it
Like
is what
if
it
you
is.
want to keep this carriage, I feel like you're much more able to like be direct,
Yeah.
but also then still sort of like be direct and then follow with like that like soft touch.
Well, it's also like, let's get through this together.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't crack your sewer line. Your sewer line's cracked. Sorry.
Yes.
Let's work together. Let's get some prices. Let's figure out how we can do it. Let's figure out how we can pay for it. You know, one thing that Laura always says to me is like, keep your eye on the finish line.
Yeah.
There is going to be bumps in a transaction, and it
Yeah.
can sometimes be really big bumps.
Yeah.
We have to work on keeping our eye on the finish line and getting it done to solve a problem.
Yeah.
And that's really what I do a lot is keep my eye on the finish line.
Right. And explain that to your clients
Yeah.
too, I guess.
You were talking about honesty and being honest with people. Sometimes being honest with people is difficult in the beginning, especially when it comes to pricing of a house.
Yeah.
Where you tell them what their house is worth. The next agent comes in and says it's worth $1 million more,
Yeah.
exaggerating a little bit.
Sure.
They get the listing, of course. 6 months later, it's still in the market.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, why didn't my house sell? Well, because you didn't want to hear the advice that I gave you. I had somebody tell me a few weeks ago that he had a condo to sell. I had the listing. I lost the listing. He gave it to someone else. It was still on the market 6 months later because of price.
Yeah.
And the client comes to me, he's like, I should have just kept it with you and lowered the price. So, and I was honest with the guy. I'm like, look, this is what the market's going to bring for your house. You can either bring it now or keep paying $1,000 a month condo fee and get it in 6 to 12 months. But this is about where you're going to end up. So that agent can tell you whatever they want to tell you. It's not an honest response to the problem.
Yeah.
And I don't do that. And I always try to take an honest approach to the transaction. And if I don't get the transaction, I hope they'll come back to me and be like, you were right. Like, this is what it is.
And that happens a lot. I mean, sometimes it's better to be the second or third agent on a listing that gives them the
But they don't want to listen to the market conditions. Look, it's all based on market conditions. I don't get to decide what your house is worth. You don't really get to decide what your house is worth either.
Yeah.
We work on it together, and the market decides at the end of the day what your property is worth.
Yeah, yeah. No, I appreciate it. All great advice and stuff. Any wrapping up any fun facts about yourself for anybody in your family that you want to share?
Oh wow. Great kids, great rescue dog, Bruno.
Yeah.
German shared her pointer. He's amazing.
How old?
About 6.
All right, yeah.
We love Bruno. He's unbelievable.
What's the dog's name?
Bruno.
Bruno. Okay, yeah, that's okay.
Great kid, two great boys.
Those dogs are
great
smart,
wife.
right?
He's super smart.
They're like
smartest ever, Dave.
my girlfriend's like, she's seen them. She's like, those dogs are too smart for us. I like to keep my dogs dumb so that I can control how they're doing.
No, he's smart. He can like cook dinner. Like he's amazing. He's a great dog. Interesting facts.
Somebody told me last night how dogs enrich the family. You know,
100%.
I always wanted a dog when I was growing up. Never had them.
100%.
Now I've got a couple around, and we're considering a third here.
Yeah. No, I love dogs. I don't
Favorite Baltimore neighborhood?
Favorite Baltimore neighborhood. I mean, I gotta tell you, there's
and it doesn't need to be city, just like, you know.
No. I am gonna go with city. There are some great areas in the city, and I really, really enjoy and appreciate the city. Harbor East is a great area. Some of the outskirts of Harbor East is great. There's great restaurants in Baltimore City. Yeah. Little Italy, I really appreciate. Hippodrome is a great evening out. Yeah. To go see a show. Yeah. I really appreciate the city.
Yeah, I do too.
Is the answer. There's lots of good stuff going on down there.
We got the Baltimore Symphony Orchestra. We got Mark Hong, one of our agents.
Yeah,
is like he's the bassist on like the. And you know, he's like world renowned. I don't know if you know that, but they got a great Christmas show going on, or just Hanukkah show as well. I think they mix it all up. And there's a lot of great things in the city. So I agree with you. I like downtown being
city's great.
My days in Butchers Hill. So, all right. Well, if anybody wants to reach out to Jason, ask him any questions about his lunch dates and how he does his thing to do what he's been doing so consistently for all these years, please feel free to look him up on the website. Reach out to me, Jason. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for your time.
Happy holidays. Thank you.
Let's go 2026. Stay in the top 10, baby.
Let's do it
It's
again.
coming for you, ladies.
Let's do it again. I got you. I got you.
All right, guys. Thank you. Have a good rest of the day.
Have a great day. Thank you.